Welcome to Don't Quote Me. I'm your host, Sean Hughes. We've already lied because that actually is a show about quotes. So that's all you'll be hearing tonight. So anyway, Team A, we have writer and broadcaster Fiona Looney. A comedian I often have coffee with, Karl Spain. The man with the facts, Andrew Maxwell. And historian, Diarmaid Ferriter. And of course, not forgetting, reading the quotes, Michael A. So Diarmaid, you're our special guest, our historian. So what do historians do day to day? Just go, yesterday was great.
They wait for the opportunity to be asked to share the stage with comedians.
You say that like comedians are bad.
They can spend years waiting for the opportunity. So and then it arrives and nothing else matters. 1916? What's that? Well, it's all about comedy now.
Well, you should know what 1916 has been a historian.
How good a historian are you? Yeah, Andrew. You're going to be found out tonight as a proper historian there. He'll know proper stuff. He probably got an A and he's leaving.
How united we are as a team.
We are there. You couldn't put a fag paper between me and him.
We are a united Ireland.
That's right. Not like you.
Yeah. Wait, Maxwell, you were telling me last night that 1916 actually happened in 1917.
That's a good point. That's true.
Should we do some quotes?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay. Right, this is the first round. Right, this is Fiona and Karl. Who said what? Fairly straightforward. Country and Western Senator Pascal Mooney once told the Irish Senate,
"Something is wrong in the state of Holland."
Which famous quotation did he just get mangled?
Oh, that's
Denmark.
Denmark, isn't it? From the Mel Gibson film that...
Yeah.
With David Tennant in it, wasn't it? Yeah.
About cigars.
I have to say, I'm kind of intrigued as to what he meant, though. Like, what was wrong with the state of Holland?
Politicians normally say everything is great in the state of Denmark and we need to be more like Denmark.
Right. Well, like, it was a wrong quote, but Holland could have been in a horrible state as well.
I'm just wondering what was wrong with Holland that made it. It's Hamlet. Obviously, it's Hamlet.
Yeah.
But something rotten in the state of Denmark.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right. Question for Andrew Diarmaid. Which American entertainment pioneer said,
"I would rather entertain and hope that people learn something than educate people and hope they were entertained"?
Do you want a hint? When he said it, he was probably very animated.
Oh.
Mickey Mouse?
No.
No, I'm taking that as your answer.
Why
Right, pass it over.
are you taking as the answer? He's not the team captain.
You keep on pulling this every week.
Because I'm the captain.
But
he's not the answer. He's a historian.
I'm a professor.
Professor of historians.
But you're saying
but not
if
in the
he
world.
answers something, you just go, no, I veto it.
He has to bring it past me.
It's a dictatorship.
It's a benevolent dictatorship. It's Walt Disney said it.
Okay.
I think I know this one, Sean. I think it's Walt Disney.
Right, I'm giving you a bonus point for that. Right, there we go. God, that was like pulling teeth. Right, Fiona and Karl. Which Irish revolutionary explained this to her followers? The need to
dress suitably in short skirts and sitting boots, leave your jewels and gold wands in the bank, and buy a revolver.
Someone in the audience got that right. That's 1 point to the audience.
I was going to say, well, on the basis that which Irish female revolutionary, there were only two, so,
Who's the other one?
My mum.
Well, Countess Markievicz and Lady Gregory and Maud Gonne, we'll allow her that. But probably
Lady Gregory
Countess
was in
Markievicz.
Poole in Gort in Galway.
Oh, he's pulling the history.
Come on.
Oh.
She didn't get involved.
You can wear a short skirt in Galway. There's no problem
You
with
don't
that.
wear short
Have you
skirts
seen
if
the
you're
weather
Lady
there?
Gregory.
Exactly.
What answer are you going with, guys?
Markievicz. Are we going with Countess Markievicz?
Absolutely right. Well done. Another point for you guys.
Interesting bonus point. She was named after a swimming pool.
Very good. So
the Countess swimming pool.
The point.
The Countess swimming pool.
Yeah, it's a Dublin thing, you bugger. It's
Right, Andrew Diarmaid. Which Irish sports commentator once reported during a live match?
Teddy McCarthy to John McCarthy, no relation. John McCarthy to Teddy McCarthy, still no relation.
That would be Micheál O'Mara.
I'm giving you 2 points just for pronouncing
Wasn't that
the name
beautiful?
properly. Say it again.
And then he had that wonderful line about Sean O'Halpin when he talked about his parentage.
What was it?
And he said that his father's from Fermanagh, his mother's from Fiji, neither hurling strongholds.
Jimmy McGee had a lovely one during the 1990 World Cup when Dragan Stojkovic just dived on the ground as the defender came near him, but he dived too early and just fell on the ground, and the defender was like standing there, I didn't touch him. And Jimmy McGee goes, I think he dived before the water was in the pool.
Now it's time for the musical interlude where we like to give respect to the quotes and words from well-known songs. So to both panels, listen to these lines of a classic Irish song and tell me what comes next.
The game is about being effective, being aggressive, winning the ball, getting on with the play.
What is the next line?
It's actually put them under pressure.
No, it's we'll put them under pressure. You know, it was actually produced by Larry Mullen.
Junior.
No, his dad.
Oh, was it his dad? All right.
The game is about being effective, being aggressive, winning the ball, getting on with the play. We'll put them under pressure.
At the end of that round, you did very well there, Fiona and Carl. You're on 6.
And
Andrew Diarmaid, you're on 2.
I wonder if there's any.
And the audience, you're on 1. End of round 1. Right, round 2, everybody. This one's called A Words Fail Me, a round featuring quotes that often offer excuses and explanations. Andrew and Diarmaid. So to the Good Friday disagreement. Now, the Good Friday ban on pub opening could soon be lifted. No, 2 alcoholics in the room. The Justice Minister who wrote the ban into law excused the puritanical politicians of the 1920s, saying they were
The most conservative-minded revolutionaries that ever put through a successful revolution.
Can you name that Justice Minister?
Kevin O'Higgins. And
straight in.
Can I get a bonus point now? He wasn't the Minister for Justice, he was the Minister
the
for
rules
Home
have
Affairs.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, you are getting a bonus point for that.
No, Kevin O'Higgins turned us into even worse drinkers than we were, because when that ban was introduced, people decided that the only way to cope with this terrible burden was to do a lot more drinking outside of the pubs. And that has been the history of Irish alcohol abuse ever since.
Is that why we had the Good Friday Agreement? Is because there was nothing else to do because the pubs were closed? We go for peace, yeah, why not, yeah.
But nothing else on.
Would have been better. Right, let's get on with the quiz. Fiona and Carl, who explained the game of rugby thus?
The beauty about rugby is you can sit next to a brother or friend or complete stranger, both supporting different teams. Give each other a high five and hug at the end and move on.
What a knob.
Guys, any ideas what the answer is?
Someone who's never seen rugby.
God, it sounds like something George Hook would say or something, but probably not.
There'd be some kind of oddness in it if it was him.
So
Give us a hint, Mr. Hughes.
No.
Thanking you.
Well, okay, he's royalty.
He's royalty.
Come on, I've given you a huge hint there.
Prince Charles. Is it?
Prince
is that our
William.
answer?
It's Prince Harry, right? Big. I'm taking points off me for that one. Right, Andrew.
Princess Anne is actually really the world's most famous supporter of the Scottish rugby team. She goes to Murrayfield for all the games. She's because some of the English royal family are more Scottish than English.
Well, when you say
and
she
Germany aren't any good at rugby.
When you say she goes to Andrew. When you say she goes to Murrayfield for all the games, so she goes to Murrayfield twice a year, in other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
okay. It doesn't seem a lot, but
But it is for a princess.
exactly.
True. Yeah.
Right, Andrew Dermot, your next question. Who made this excuse for avoiding execution?
When I came back to Dublin, I was court-martialed in my absence and sentenced to death in my absence. So I said, they could shoot me in my absence.
My historical chum.
It sounds like a Cork accent, doesn't it?
Are you hearing voices in your head?
I am hearing voices in my head.
It sounds like somebody that might be also a very long straight road through the north side.
It was Michael Collins.
Wrong, I'm afraid. Passing it over.
Is it the man who killed Michael Collins? Eamon De Valera?
It was Brendan Behan.
That's not a Cork accent.
Also, sorry, why would Brendan Behan be court-martialed? He was not a member of any army,
Yeah,
official army. He was a fabulist, let's admit it. I mean, the man was a weirdo. He'd write a play, then turn up and heckle his own play.
I think that was the gargle, though, wasn't it? Fiona and Karl, staying with the Irish rabble-rousing writers, a while back, Shane McGowan's record company explained that the singer
He's off the drink now. He just drinks.
doo-doo.
Wine.
Yes, bang on the money there. Right, now our final musical interlude has a link to the 1916 Rising. In 1966, 4 Belfast teachers were at #1 in the Irish charts for 8 weeks with this song. They wrote,
The Irish population came from miles around to see the English hero lying on the ground. The Dublin Corporation had no funds to have it done, but the pillar blew to pieces by the ton.
now you're overdoing it, Michael, eh? Right, so just simply name that song.
Up went Nelson.
Indeed it did. There you go. I don't think they did it like that, but there you go. Point for you.
There's an interesting... Nelson went up because rogue members of the IRA decided that they were going to make their mark for the 50th anniversary. But the wags of Dublin used to comment on the fact that in Holy Catholic Ireland, the main thoroughfare of the city had 3 statues before 1966. The best known statues were Daniel O'Connell, Charles Stewart Parnell and Horatio Nelson. What did they all have in common?
What's the connection with the...
They were all great lovers of ladies.
They were all
course.
adulterers.
Yeah.
Boy, were they.
In Ireland back then, how dare you?
Yeah, they were all very much famous adulterers.
Well, one of them had a massive column.
Well, let's play the song.
Up went Nelson in old Dublin. Up went Nelson in old Dublin. All along O'Connell Street the stones and rubble flew, as up went Nelson and the pillar too.
Beautiful song. Now for a bonus,
1966, that was #1.
which band ended up with the stolen head on stage with them?
The Dubliners.
No mucking about with this fella.
And can we have an extra bonus point for another little thing? The head was stolen
Why has
originally.
everyone decided they're giving themselves bonus points?
Because you're not giving enough of them.
The head was originally stolen by a bunch of students in Trinity College, amongst whom was a regular cast member of the Reardons, Joe Pilkington, who played Eamon in the Reardons.
No, you're
There
not
you go.
getting a bonus point for that.
No, I'm
That's
not
just
giving
showing off.
Yeah, I'm giving you nothing for that.
That's a great. That's the best fact I've heard tonight, Fiona. I think
Right.
that deserves 2 bonus points.
No, I agree with the boys. I'm giving you a bonus point, Andrew and Dermot, because that was showing off, Fiona. I'm making my night even longer. At the end of round 2, it's Fiona and Karl on 8, Andrew and Dermot on 6. Audience down to 1, I'm afraid. Right, round 3, famous last words. Right, where we hear, famous last words, you know what that is. Fiona and Karl. On a gravestone in Chichester in England lies the body of one of the true legends of comedy. The inscription says, this is in Irish.
Yeah.
Mike
Diarmaid
Milligan.
lads go raibh mé broide.
I'll try it, right? And you can tell me what I'm saying, Fiona, right? Dirt may lat go rev may brutin.
I told you I was sick.
Yeah, it's Spike Milligan, and it's actually grammatically incorrect. But anyway, it is Spike
Oh,
Milligan.
God, she's really showing off now.
I know, sorry.
It's also really hard to get Gail Gore stonecutters in England. There's a really small demographic.
Yeah.
And if you look too hard, Special Branch will also be looking for you. There isn't a lot of non-IRA reasons why you need a Gail Gore stonecutter in England. Told you I was ill is what it's meant to be. And apart from anything else, it should have been in his native Urdu.
That's a very good
Man
point,
was an
Andrew.
Indian refugee that we took in. Right?
Yeah, but then he lived in England.
Oh, yeah. Like you.
Yeah.
You were in Puccoon as well, weren't you?
Yeah, for a bonus point, Fiona and Carl, where does Andrew live?
In London.
Round
Yeah,
the corner
there
from
we go.
you.
Well done on that extra bonus point, guys.
That was the extra laugh for me. The Irish Passport Office in London is on Cromwell Road. Not the location I would have put it.
Right, Andrew Diarmaid, here's your question. In America, murderer James W. Rogers was put in front of a firing squad in Utah and asked if he had a last request. What was his reply?
I'm waiting for the quote.
Yeah.
You're giving it this time.
Okay.
What was his last request?
Can I stand the other side of the wall?
Not bad, but no.
Can I have a gun?
Another point of the audience, they're down to 0.
Are you answering the question, or are you just...
Yeah. Who is it you want to shoot?
An audience member has asked for a gun if you haven't heard it. We will let you leave if you're really not enjoying yourself.
Did he say I told you I was sick?
Michael, I'll let you give the answer.
A bulletproof vest.
Oh, yeah. But they couldn't just shoot him in the head then, because there's loads of them.
Exactly. This guy was talking.
Anyway, Fiona and Carl, next question. One of the key leaders of the Irish Citizen Army was executed at Kilmainham for his part in the 1916 Easter Rising. Before he was shot, he wrote to his baby son,
Joseph, my little man, be a priest if you can.
can anyone name him?
Joseph.
I should know this.
The SWATs are getting very excited.
And he did become a priest, I think, and he lived a really long life, and I read about it really
Yeah, but what's
recently,
his
and I should
name?
know.
Father Joe.
Yeah, Father Joe.
No.
His name was Michael Mallon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And his son, Father Joseph Mallon, is the only surviving child of an executed 1916
See, I
leader.
wasn't making it up.
So the scores at the moment are Fiona and Carl 10, Andrew and Diarmaid 8.
Audience?
No applause. The audience have got nothing. They've left. All right, I'll give you 1 point, audience, okay?
I've never done a comedy quiz where the audience will only applaud if you give them a point.
Right, quick fire round then. This is the last round. This is, guys, you've got 2 points to make up here, right? Former Taoiseach Bertie Ahern has uttered a few choice quotes in his time. Fill in the missing 2 words. We shouldn't upset the
Apple tart.
Fiona just beat you to it there. Right, after Ireland's famous 1-0 victory over England at Euro 88, which Irish defender said, I have Gary Lineker's shirt up in my hotel room and it's only stopped moving now.
Mick McCarthy.
Yeah. Michael A., who said that first?
It'd be Mick McCarthy, really.
Do you want to go back to the home? Just a couple of more questions, folks. You need to get in here, guys. Which great British statesman said this days before he passed away? I'm bored with it all.
Winston Churchill.
Yes, indeed, my friend.
Great British statesman. That's how you feel about Winston Churchill, is it?
Yeah, I
Is
do,
that how
yeah.
you feel
Yeah,
about
that's how I feel, Andrew.
Born and raised in England. That's how you feel.
That's how I feel. Oh, not all English people are bad, Andrew.
Yeah.
That's just where the trouble's coming
Yeah.
I
from.
might remind you, Sean, that Winston Churchill's reputation in this country, our country, is not quite as glowing.
Yeah.
So
We
I
even
take
called-
issue with the way that question was phrased.
Yeah, Sean, we even called
I
some
like that
toilets
word.
WCs. But having said all that, was I right, Sean, yeah?
Yes, you were.
We get the point. Thank you, Sean.
You know your history. Right now it's 12-8 and there's only 3 questions left, so I'm going to give you guys a point, so you might get a draw. Audience, you're up to 11. Very tense. It's like the Eurovision, this, isn't it? Right. Which US comedy actor said, "I believe entertainment can..."
Steve Martin.
You're actually right. Well done. Methinks someone has been cheating.
What did he say?
Shall I do it now?
I'd just like to know what he said.
Yeah, no, let Diarmaid finish it.
Yeah, Diarmaid, finish the quote.
Start of it again.
I believe... This is how Diarmaid say it. I believe entertainment can aspire to be art and can become art, but if you set out to make art, you're an idiot.
Steve Martin, that is.
Oh, Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah. Which Irish writer said, "There are no strangers here, only friends that I've not yet met."
Oscar Wilde.
Was it? Oh. That's just such a cheesy thing to say. Did Oscar Wilde say that while he was at a convention?
See, he wasn't always...
Well, he didn't actually say it, so Diarmaid, you should fucking read some more books. Any idea over here?
Yates.
Yes! Oh my God! They've won it.
Steve Martin.
Once you got Oscar Wilde out of the way, you had to come up with the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Diarmaid said it with such confidence.
Sounds like an American exchange student.
Oscar Wilde, coming to a cinema near you. Right, last question here, guys. In 2015, which Irish sporting superstar said about his chances of winning a $10 million bonus, said, "Luckily, that amount of money doesn't mean much to me anymore"?
Rory McIlroy.
Yes, you have won it, my friends.
Hey.
Let's do the final scores, and don't quote me. Thank you very much for playing. Audience 11. Andrew Dermott 10. But the big winners tonight, Fiona and Karl 14. Thank you very much for playing. A big hand for Fiona, Karl, Andrew and Dermott. And of course, Michael A. You've been listening to Don't Quote Me, I'm Sean Hughes. Good night.